Greetings and welcome back to Surviving Mars, where our political founders have arrived on the red planet and moved in to their beautiful little living quarter accommodation right here in our dome, our first dome, our dome that is named Lorenz #1 for some reason. Who knows why it's named that? I certainly don't know why it's named that. I would name it something clever if I could think of something in this instance to name it, but I can't. Also, news on the future of this series, or perhaps lack of a future as the case may be, because as it turns out, this pre-release copy will apparently be incompatible with the release version when it comes along, which will automatically be updated. That, of course, is tomorrow as I record, and hopefully as you are watching this, as I'm going to bump today's Vanishing Realms episode until possibly later in the week, maybe the weekend, when I have time to do it, as it does take a considerable amount of time to edit. And as this game, Surviving Mars, is launching tomorrow on Thursday, and I will therefore be unable to continue the save game that I'm currently on. Once that happens, I figured I better put in a bit of a recording session now and basically get as far into it as I can. I can't promise that we'll get to the end, although it's entirely possible that all of my colonists will die horribly in the vacuum of Mars as all the power fails and everything else cuts out. I'm just going to put in a big old recording session now. I may break that down into separate episodes and put it out. I might put it out in just one or two big long chunks. I guess it depends on how long it ends up being, but as this will be our last Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy inspired political recording session on Mars, hopefully we can get at least something done, and we can explore the mysteries and wonders that are out there.
Research complete.
I'll also try and keep the pace up a little bit, this being the case, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I tend to get distracted pretty quickly. We've got a bunch of alerts. I better just deal with these. Low battery. We have a low battery warning. The Heart of Gold has an empty battery. It's not just low, it's gone. There is no battery power left at all. I guess I better send the Vogon constructor fleet out to charge her up. I better actually charge it up before I do that. So I'll just tell it to charge up off our power grid here, and then it can trundle off into the distance. It's also actually full of metals. Let's get it to unload its load of metals before we send it off into the distance. Hopefully there should be room for some metals on here. What's in this one at the moment? It has 26 of 30 metals. Okay, there is no room there. There is no room there. The Vogon constructor fleet, can we unload to... Okay, let's just bring it here, and we'll build a special metal repository specifically for the purposes of storing metals. That is why it will be called a metals depot. That is its name, that is its function, and that indeed will be the execution that is done with it. And then we can, select the Heart of Gold, the Vogon constructor fleet, and unload into that newly established depot, thus bringing all of the good things. The Outer Dent, of course, sitting happily on the surface. The Ford Prefect is on its way back to Earth, where it can refuel, and it can't actually bring with it new founders or new settlers, because we have this founder stage that we're currently going through at the moment. 10 souls, or 9 souls and 14 hours, as the case may be. And we have to be evaluated positively, which basically means they have to still be alive at the end of it. Let's whack the time up so that we can actually, make some progress here. We'll also select a sector to scan, as our scans are complete. We want to complete the scanning of this, this awesome basin that we find ourselves in. So we'll do that, and then we'll start scanning up here, and I think we can build tunnels to get ourselves up there. We might actually have to land like a ship up here, specifically to deploy like a drone thing and build a tunnel exit up there. That might be quite an interesting goal for our endeavor here on Mars, to expand our colony up onto the high ground here, this high plateau, see what we can discover up there. Apparently we're low on power in the dome. This is not good. Building's not working for. Why is our power? What's wrong with our power? We have a power shortage, we have an oxygen shortage, and we have a water shortage. All of the sort of shortages that we do not want to see. Can we upgrade these? No, we want that up. It's already constructed. I don't want it off. I want it on. Somehow I've just turned it off. Let's build some more. We will build more wind turbines for generating power via wind. We can build a couple more out in this direction. Look, we got room. There we go. We'll also build some more solar panels, because we really shouldn't be without energy during the day. That's Really very weak indeed. Minus 8.3 power shortage. How on earth have we managed to get ourselves into this position? Look, there's no power in the living quarters at the moment. The political founders are just raging. They're incredibly upset about the fact they've come all the way to Mars and they don't even have any power, which is quite important when you're living on Mars, frankly. I mean, the dome still has power. I guess the dome has priority, so it's all right. We also have an oxygen shortage. Now we've got an oxygen surplus all of a sudden. I guess we probably never actually ran out of stored oxygen. No, we're fine. We have plenty of stored oxygen. We've also got a water shortage. But we do have quite a lot of stored water, so that's all right as well. I guess I should build a second extractor here to make sure that we are pulling the water out as quickly as we need it. Water extractor, water extractor. There we go. We'll stick another water extractor down, I guess right next to the first one. That ought to do the job. I mean, it'll be straight away automatically connected up. We won't need anything special or fancy. We've got our wind turbines, but we're still low on power. Like, really badly low on power. We clearly haven't kept up with the power demands that
resources are low.
My colony needed. I'm just going to extend that out a little bit, and then I can build that like that. It doesn't fit, so we'll then start a second row here. This second row of wind turbines. All the wind turbines. I need to be careful because look, we've only got 9 machine parts.
The colonists are suffering from hypothermia.
Oh no! The domes feature heaters which maintain a pleasant temperature of 23 degrees Celsius around the clock, protecting against the fluctuating temperature of the fickle Martian atmosphere outside. The temperature inside the dome quickly decreases when the power supply is cut, and the colonists sure do feel the effects. If the situation remains unchanged, I'm afraid it could be fatal. Oh dear, colonists with the freezing status effects reside in a dome with an insufficient power supply. Increase the amount of power accessible in the dome to prevent this. Sure, okay, I mean, yes, we are aware that this is happening and we are doing our utmost to solve the problem. Obviously it's night time, so we have like... Oh, there we go, the day has come around as well. So now we've got power again. It's fine. We're okay in the day. Obviously we get sort of solar heating during the day as well, which is good. We've got our solar panels going. I guess we'll chuck down another solar panel. As I was saying, I need to be careful because look, I've only got 8 machine parts, and these take, I think it's machine parts. Yeah, they have a maintenance cost of machine parts. So we're gonna bring down a resupply rocket. We're gonna have the Ford Prefect come down, and it's just gonna bring electronics, machine parts, and polymers. I'm going to focus on electronics because I think that's probably going to be the last thing that we actually start producing. Polymers we can probably start producing now because it's just water and fuel that you need for polymers. Do we have a polymer factory? Shall I bring a polymer factory with me? Polymer factory? I'll bring one polymer factory with me. There we go. And do I want more drones? I don't think I want more drones. Let's just go for machine parts. There we go. Machine parts, electronics, polymers, and a polymer factory. We will launch. I've probably already got a polymer factory now. Look, where's me construction? Polymer factory? I do. I've already got a polymer factory. We'll have a second one. It's fine. I mean, you can never have enough polymer factories, you know? You clearly want lots and lots of polymer factories producing polymers on the red planet for you to use for, you know, like plastic bags, I guess. Useless packaging, vast quantities of useless packaging for all of your various and assorted goods. I need to quickly hook this up. Let's hook it up to the power, also to the pipe network. There we go. We should also start extracting rare metals because we can sell those back on Earth for monies, which, although we've got a fair amount, like we've got $1 billion, we've still got $1 billion. $1 billion, which is good. But we can also turn it into electronics with an electronics factory. So we definitely want to start extracting them and stockpiling them if we can. So we'll go for a extractor, a rare metals extractor. We'll plonk that down. Probably, I guess we want it kind of a little bit away from the stuff. Oh no, that's fine. I don't know. I mean, it pumps out like dust and stuff. I don't know if the dome can get dirty though.
Sector scan. Anomaly found.
It's probably fine. Like, it's already next to a power supply. All will be well. This is good. It'll also mean that we'll have like more jobs for our colonists because at the moment we've got 3 unemployed colonists. They've come to Mars. there was a bit of a heating issue when they got here. They were kind of cold, and they haven't had anything to do. They've just literally been sitting about, twiddling their thumbs, using the open-air gym that we've got here. I mean, there's no one using it right at this very moment. It's just sat there completely empty, but they probably will use it at some point. Maybe they'll just sit in the corner and write a political treatise on the implications of freedom and democracy on the Martian planet. Look, we've got power generating things, but we haven't actually hooked up power cables to them. Let's have that come down like that. There we go. And power level is fine at the moment. We do have a pretty severe water shortage. This is not good. How much does this thing? 3. That also produces 3. We need more. We need more water production. Let's stick another extractor down. Third, count 'em. Third extractor. Pipe it up. Wow. I'm afraid in my panic, because of the impending end and also just the sudden shortages we find of really, really very important resources like, oxygen, power, water, the kind of essentials. I've thrown caution to the wind, and I'm just building things any old haphazard way. I guess needs must. It looks like the Fort Prefect is ready to land with its fresh supplies, which is good. We'll bring that down. Does it really matter where I bring it down? I mean, you can use rockets to kind of patch up areas that you don't have drone control over, but I think in this instance I'm just going to bring it down sort of next to these ones, in the same general vicinity. For this is where all our storage is and where our existing drones are and things. So that'll be good. It's bringing lots of polymers, lots of electronics, and lots of machine parts, which is just in the nick of time, because look, we were actually out of machine parts.
Cable fault
Literally
reported.
no machine parts left at all. We've got a cable fault, but that's fine. Our drones should pick that up and fix it. We're low on food. We're not producing enough food in this thing. I should have brought food. I should have seen that we were low on food and brought some food. All right, let's get food. Let's get more food being built. We can put a farm in, a full-size farm. Or we can put another hydroponics farm in. I mean, this is more efficient, but it requires a lot of workers we probably don't have. Let's put another hydroponics in, and I guess we'll see if it comes on stream fast enough. This one, what's it doing at the moment? It's currently working on leaf crops. Optimal harvest 10. Effects on current crop, power shortage and water shortage, which means we might lose the crop. Look, we could potentially get 10.6 food out of this, but we might lose the entire crop, and we might not actually get a harvest in, which would be kind of a blow, considering we are now officially out of food. We really need those 10 foods. The Arthur Dent is ready to return to Earth, so let's send her back. Or him, I guess. Send him back. The Arthur Dent, preparing to roar into the Martian heavens, returning to Earth, where it's probably going to have to pick up a ton of food and then return immediately to Mars. Quick, smart, hopefully to avoid starvation. If we can possibly get this done. Look, no active research. Let's do some more research. Possibly something that helps with food. Logi fungi farm. Let's do that. We'll do that. That'll help. We also want to advance the robotics tree, because I have discovered in other games I have played on my own, you have to go down the robotics tree to get the shuttle depot, which allows you to actually move resources rapidly around it. You kind of have these flying shuttle things, which is basically essential if you want to have any kind of scale to your settlement on Mars, because it lets you produce in one area and ship things over to other areas. Without that, frankly, you've got to do it all by hand with your transporters, it seems, which is just horrendous in every way, shape and form. I guess that'll do. Should we do some Mars crowdfunding to get a bit of money, just in case we need it? Cryosleep. Passenger rockets carried 20 more colonists. Yeah. I have to research these breakthroughs. They're not just automatically given to me. They're made available, but I still have to research them to make them happen.
Building a new home on an alien world, that takes guts, to say the least.
It does. It's true. After all, purpose is the strongest long-term driver. Since arriving on Mars, Elitsa Grigoverover's enthusiasm has proven to be above average, even by founder norms, and the prodigious productivity, you try saying that too quickly, displayed can be boiled down to one simple explanation. Elitsa Grogirova really loves doing what Elitsa Grogirova's doing. Hint, the founder, Elitsa Grogirova, has the enthusiast trait. Well, thank you. Where are you, Elitsa? You're in there. You're working in the medical bay. Now you're running at great speed to the grocer to pick up some food. There is actually some food here stored at the grocer's by the looks of it. Hopefully that's food. And that means that, yeah, look, we've got 4 stored food. So actually we're not quite as low on food as I thought we were. Plus, it seems we didn't lose the food batch from the hydroponics farm. So, crisis averted. But look, milestone achieved even. Look, produced food. We have produced food on Sol 16. Our first crop. When you grow food on a place, you've colonized that place. So we have colonized Mars. The founders, the political founders led by Gallardo Magna, have made this their home. Is it sustaining, self-sustaining yet? No, not in the slightest. But at least we're starting to pull some rare metals out of the ground. Our water shortage has been solved. We still have a power shortage. Did we actually manage to store power during the day? Yeah, well, we've got a couple of full batteries here. Hopefully that'll see us through the night. I guess I'll build Yeah, I brought in a lot of machine parts, so I guess I'll build another wind turbine. One more wind turbine. And then I can actually upgrade these new ones as well. Look, let's upgrade them. We'll have all the power in the world pretty soon. All the power upon this Martian world will be ours for the taking, and we will make great and terrible use of it. How much water
fault reported
is actually in? Alright, look, this is good. We've got 7,600 units of water. We've only used about 1,000 units of water. So we will have to expand to different water resources at some point, and ultimately we might even need to build a bunch of moxies to keep the water production going, because I don't think, not moxies, sorry, vaporators. Water vaporators, moisture vaporators. We'll need like a massive moisture evaporator farm once all of our in-ground water resources run out, I guess. But for the time being, we've got 9,000 there, we've got another 7,000 there, we've got another 7,000 in the one that we're exploiting. So I think we're fine. Rare metals, likewise, we've got 379 in that one, we've got another 404 that we can extract from that one. I think I'm going to turn...
Resources are low.
So we've got quite a lot of money available at the moment. I think I'm going to turn off the export option for the Ford Prefect here, because otherwise it's just going to suck up all of my rare metals as I like mine them up, and I'd rather stockpile them and use them to make electronics in the future. Or if if necessary, we can always export them at a later point when I'm out of money. But right now, 1,350,000,000 is quite a lot of monies, and I think that's going to be fine. I said I was going to turn the Arthur Dent straight around and bring back some food, didn't I? And I think I'm going to do that. So let's just get a cargo rocket. Let's get the Arthur Dent loaded up with lots of food. Just until we get our food production sorted out. Let's bring like 50 units of food, like a big ton of food. Actually, before I send it, let's just check, see what else I've actually got here already available to me. I've got... I've got a polymer factory, I want an electronics factory, I've got a machine parts factory already. Not much point in building it until I have a metal source, so I'll leave that. Fuel refinery, I think maybe it's worth getting an electronics factory actually. But I did bring in a ton of electronics just recently. So let's leave it. Let's leave all of those things. I can bring in another drone hub so that we can maybe expand our drone hub network. We could do the tunnel thing, actually. I mean, that would be pretty exciting. That would be pretty exciting. I don't think there's anything else that I need to bring from Earth at this point, you know. Maybe some moisture evaporators as a backup. All right, let's order it up. It's going to be mostly regular supplies, I think. We'll bring another RC Explorer, because we'll get a research bonus out of that. Plus, it's just really cool. We'll bring a bunch of food. Like 50 foods. We'll bring one drone hub for the hubbing of drones. I guess I could put an electronics factory in and then we've got it for when we eventually decide to make it, whenever that turns out to be. And that's it. It's just going to be a food, and a science explorer, and a couple of prefab buildings. Let's do it. Arthur Dent, return to us on Mars. We've already used up 7 of our food. I mean, this food might even be unnecessary, because look, we've got another... We've got another like crop on the way here from this hydroponics farm. We've got another crop on the way here. I could change the crop as well if I want. Like I've got leafy crops at the moment. I could change to microgreens or wheatgrass. And some of these grow really quickly. This grows in 1 sol, produces 2 food. So this is actually probably a good one to just tick on. I should have done that right at the start. In fact, I'm just going to change it now. I know it's risky. I'm basically throwing away the food that we're creating, but we've got a rocket coming in with a massive amount of food, so I think it'll be fine, you know. I think it'll basically be fine. I'm a little bit worried about the machine parts, so maybe we should build that machine parts factory and find a metal resource that we can exploit in the future. There's one here. 825 high metal, so we'd need to put a dome down because extractors for these kind of resources, metals and rare metals, require workers, so we need a dome here, which means obviously we can't actually populate it until 3 sols from now when we can bring passengers, but I think we can do that. I think that's probably a good place for our second dome. Any other metals resource, like there's one over here, but it's miles away.
Sector scan. Anomaly
this
found.
one probably is already covered by one of our drone controllers. Where do our drone controllers exist? Okay, no, it's only covered because of the Fort Prefect being there at the moment. So let's do let's do that. Let's build a power cable across here. Put our second dome somewhere around here. We'll also bring the pipe across as well. In fact, no, we'll bring the pipe across later. There's no point in building the pipe just now because we don't need it. We'll need power to run the drone hub when it lands, but we don't need pipage, and every pipe that we have out there can potentially fail and cause us to lose resources, so it makes sense to hold off on the pipe and that'll be the last thing that we connect up. We're low on resources food, but it's fine because the Arthur Dent is 93% of the way here with a massive wedge of food. I was supposed to be going to repower the Heart of Gold as well, wasn't I? Where's the Heart of Gold? Heart of Gold? There it is. We'll send... in fact, we don't even... Look, we'll send the new one. We'll send the new one to recharge it. We'll land right, I guess, here. There we go. Coming down. We're probably going to need a new concrete extractor pretty soon as well, because this resource is looking like it's been pretty well tapped. We can put another one down on the same patch, but the bits that he's operating are gone. Alright, the second RC Explorer is down. That'll be increasing our science a little bit. He's going to go out and recharge the first one. Where is he? There he is. The Heart of Gold. So along he comes. What's he going to be called? Wow. Okay, we need to think of another ship name from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, I'm sure there are loads, but they're not really very significant, are they, to the story? The different ships. There's the Vogon Constructor Fleet, which probably has individual names. There's the Heart of Gold. They spend quite a lot of time on that. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on. Alright, here we go. The door towards the stars. For the first time, a human has been born on Mars. It's truly a unique miracle. The colonists have always felt like a family, but what makes the family stronger and more united is the promise of new life and better future. We have truly been blessed with a rewarding responsibility to carry the torch of hope. Let this blooming of life serve as a symbol for all humans. Mars is no longer a dead world. The colony has been evaluated positively. Additional colonists can be called from Earth. Wow. Okay, because we had a Martian born, we can call in colonists from Earth, possibly early. I'm not entirely sure. How's the refueling of the Ford Prefect going? It's very close. All right, we're going to send that home, and we're going to have that come back with colonists, a fresh group of colonists, probably to go into this dome initially, but ultimately we're going to build a second dome here and get that one going as well. So come on. What we need is this to be fully fueled any minute now, and needs one more unit of fuel. Our incredibly cute little robot drones, which we don't spend enough time really just sitting and watching, if you ask me, but they're going in and doing their thing.
Research complete.
Research complete. Low G fungi. That's good. That's more food production capability for us. This is now ready for takeoff, so we're going to send the Ford Prefect home, leaving just the Arthur Dent. I was in the process of naming this guy, the RC Explorer 2. Fortunately, the Heart of Gold is now charged up a bit, so let's actually get that going, doing its research. And we will send the new one over.
Until today,
okay, we're just
the
getting
only
these
place we
fast.
thought you could find Ice-15 outside of a lab was on an icy planet or a moon. And here we find it on Mars.
Ice-15 is a super dense phase of water ice which is formed in extremely cold and extremely high pressure environments. Well, the surface of Mars isn't all that high pressure, is it? It turns out that the unique geological history of Mars allowed a small quantity of Ice-15 to form under the crust. Even though we didn't confirm any substantial deposits of water, this discovery would cause uproar in the scientific communities and draw significant attention to our efforts on the Red Planet. Our sponsors immediately provided us with tools to discover more about the effects of Martian geology on the formation of underground ice. Wow, 500 million funding, that's great. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's send this. That's not a research thing. This is a research thing. That's not a research thing. This is a research thing. We also need to name this Explorer, right? We need to name RC Explorer 2. And we're going to do that right now. I have a list of names, and I'm going to pick one. Where are you?
Sector
Rename.
scanned.
Rename. So apparently, wow, look at this. We've got loads. We've got the Blugon Kappa police craft, business end, the Golga Frincham B Arc. I mean, that's just brilliant. Starship Bistromath. Starship. The ship is the no blah 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 blah. The ship is said to work by abusing the laws of bistromatics, which is a specific mathematics of values of
The
various
first colonists
factors.
are all
Wow.
gamblers coming to Mars.
Okay.
It's the ultimate roll of the dice.
It is. I mean, we'll come to that in a second. First, we're just gonna name this thing because otherwise it's gonna take forever. All right, we're gonna go for Bistromath. There we go, Bistromath. The Bistromath. I'm sure no one's ever heard of it unless you're a really crazy Hitchhiker's Guide fan. But you know, that's good. That's good to be a really crazy Hitchhiker's Guide fan. All right, they travel through 50 million miles to a rocky, inhospitable world and try to bend it to humanity's will. Mina Johnson, on the other hand, seems to also be a gambler in the more traditional sense. We must not judge. On the contrary, we must be supportive and help our dear comrade, with whom we've traversed the void, spearheaded humanity's expansion on other worlds, only to find that we are no safer from the vices of Earth, or from vices so earthly. It's as if we never left. Except, of course, if we were to step outside the protection of the dome, we would die horribly in the near vacuum of the Martian surface, which is
Vehicle battery
just the
low.
way of things. All right, vehicle batteries are getting a bit low. Again, we don't want to have them go out and charge each other up again, so we'll bring both back, I think. The Heart of Gold and the Bistromath can come back and recover themselves. We got 1,000 science from the anomaly that the Bistromath has successfully researched. We're also trying to get this dome built, so let's whack down a universal depot right here, and we'll also add down a new drone hub for when the Arthur Dent returns to Earth, and thus we don't have our capacity, our drone control capacity over it anymore. Research complete on drone swarms, that's good. We'll queue up a few more of these. So we're going to keep going down this one. Drone hub. Oh, okay. Look, this one will actually let us build drone hubs without bringing in any more flat packs, which is good. We will want to do that. We will definitely want to do that. We'll also want this compact passenger module, so that's currently being researched. And we'll just keep pushing these two trees forward, I think. Pick up other ones as and when we see fit. Because big domes, A, big domes from the engineering tree, and B, the shuttle hub from the robotics tree, both basically essential. Other stuff is also useful, but those two things, they seem to be like, if you if you want to actually establish a self-sustaining habitat on Mars, you need to be able to spread out. You need to be able to go far and wide. You need to be able to tap into all of these different resources. Speaking of different resources, can we bring in another ship yet? Can we bring in the Ford Prefect? I think it has arrived home. It has not arrived home yet. All right, the Ford Prefect has nearly arrived home. Look, 98% of the journey home. That's going to turn right around, and it's going to bring straight away some fresh colonists. Look at this, matching colonists, 101 of 157. They're going to come. They're going to come to Mars. There are 12 passengers aboard the rocket, but there is only space for one new resident in the colony. Launch anyway. We're going to build more. We're going to build more places for them to live. We're going to do that right now. Look, we're going to build. Should we build an apartment complex? Let's go with an apartment complex. Look, there we go. Straight away, straight in there with an apartment complex. We'll have loads of capacity for like high density living, or at least medium density living here on Mars. We're going to exploit all of these rare metal resources. That we can exploit this one over here as well. That's very low. This one's average. Probably better to exploit two, because like once they're gone, they're gone. So rather than like massively exploiting that one and then massively exploiting that one, oh, we've got another dust storm coming in. Quick, let's. What's our power levels like? Power level. Our power surplus is good at the moment, so we might be able to like see through the dust storm.
Cable fault reported.
Cable fault. I think I'm going to demolish this, you know.
Sector scanned. Anomaly
Put in
found.
like a regular
Select
farm.
a sector to
Maybe
scan.
I can build like a fungi farm. Have I researched the fungi farm yet? I have. Right, we're going to build a fungi farm right here. Or maybe not right there, because that's sort of where the rare resources. We'll put it right there, like that, and we'll hook it up to the pipe network. That, and we'll hook it up to the power network, and that'll provide enough food, won't it? I mean, just let them eat mushrooms. That'll work for all of our new colonists who are coming in. We've got quite a food reserve anyway, so if it looks like that's going down, we'll have to keep an eye on this. If it looks like it's going down, we'll do something about it. I think I might get rid of this though, and build something else in there in time. But first I'm going to build a.
Humankind might be on the verge of a new golden age.
Wow.
And we have to be the ones who ride the crest of that wave.
And we will. A new era of scientific discovery is ahead of us, and we are the ones who are blessed with the opportunity to be on Mars. A completely new territory with new scientific discoveries that lie behind every corner. We're talking about new ideas which would sweep the human minds and the market and give us a tremendous head start in the future. The primary reason behind the creation of this colony is scientific. This is what we're expected to do, to push the boundaries of human knowledge. We have a goal. Have 40 technologies researched by Sol 100. Currently, we've researched 11. And we're at Sol 22. Alright, we can do this. We need to ramp up our research though. So let's build a research thing here as well. Look, we're just going to max this dome out with loads of crazy stuff straight away. Research dome? Research lab. There we go. We'll stick a research lab down. That'll be good. We're probably also going to need like stuff to make people happy in here. Look, two colonists couldn't satisfy their interest for luxury. Two colonists couldn't satisfy their interest for relaxation. I mean, I need to be careful about building these things, right? Because, you know, as much as they might want them, like we could give them luxury here from an art workshop. We could give them luxury in shopping, but maintenance consumes. Is that polymers? Yeah, it's polymers and concrete. That's not too bad. We are capable of making quite a lot of polymers, so that might not be a bad thing to chuck down. Actually, can I fit that in here? You can have an art workshop. There you go. That'll keep them happy. I mean, they may be stuck on Mars with very little to do, but you've got an art workshop, you've got a grocer's store to visit, you've got just the best open air gymnasium type thing anywhere that anyone's ever even experienced or thought about. Oh look, there we go. We actually have run out of concrete, so we've got 201 concrete stored. Let's just whack down another concrete extractor right off the bat of this one. Or maybe from this one down here. Look. Go on there, right there. That'll do. We need to power that up. Power cable. That. We'll stick down a depot for concrete next to it so that we don't run into any production capacity problems. This, I guess, can go. We'll just mark it for salvage. It's not doing anything. It's just sat there. It's left this big hole in the ground. Like, there we go. We've like smashed it up and just left there. It's not going to require any power now. It's not going to do anything useful for us. Maybe we got some stuff back from it. I don't know. We smashed it up anyway. We sent the boys in with some pitchforks and some like
Cable
sledgehammers,
fault
and they just like,
reported.
ripped the place apart. The dust storm is in full effect now. The ochre haze gripping us. We have an oxygen shortage because our Moxies can't run in the dust storm. This building has malfunctioned. Drones can repair it with 2 metal. Okay, we're running low on metal. I better send out the Vogon constructor fleet to collect some more metal from somewhere. There's some metal. There's some metal as well. Right, yeah, we need the Vogon constructor fleet doing its business. What's our actual science production at the moment? Let's take a look. We've got 180 from explorers, 400 from sponsors. That's it. Wow, we need to get those research labs built for science institutes and genius colonists. Didn't they say we had a genius colonist waiting to come? Maybe they didn't. Maybe that was in another game that I was playing. Yeah, I really need to tap this metal resource because I need metal production rather than sending out the constructor fleet with time to like pick it up and bring it back by hand. Which I don't think you can automate. Is there any way of automating him? Create transport route. Create an automated transport route. Yeah, no. And that's actually pretty handy. I didn't realise you could do that. It's pretty handy for like managing larger bases. So you get the shuttles. But there's no way to automate like finding the metals just in these like surface metal deposits. There's loads lying around there. Look. We've got a landing. We've got our fresh colonists are due. All right, so this is it. Down they come. The Arthur Dent, is it, or the Fort Prefect possibly, has arrived with its fresh batch of colonists, roaring down to the surface. Our second group of political arrivals, political colonists, come in. They can move into this lovely new tower block that we built inside the dome. It's great. Everyone loves it. Hopefully they'll all find jobs. We've got 9 vacant work slots. So yeah, like literally everybody straight away had a job to go to. It's almost like it's like a communist state, like 0 unemployment. A job for everyone and everyone for a job. That's our motto. And that is always going to be the way of things. This is probably loading up on exports. Oh no, I've actually forbid exports. It's fine. So we are just stockpiling our exports. I mean our rare metals. How many rare metals? We've got 7 rare metals. This is good. This is what we want. We've got 960 million funding. Everything is looking very, very, very severe power shortage. Let's get some more wind turbines built then. Oh no, this is how things fall apart when you're colonizing Mars. Seriously, it's how they fall apart.
We have an oxygen.
Our colonists are suffocating.
Oh no, our colonists are suffocating.
We only have a few hours to get them more oxygen before they run out.
Okay, get that. We need to build more Moxies then, I guess. Can we get a Moxie built, please? Let me just pause it. Moxie. We'll build a second Moxie depot right here. 2 Moxies. Pipe them up. Power them up. Not that we've really got much power going spare at the moment, but you know. Oh god, the dramatic music. It's not good. It's not good. Minus 2.8. Are we literally out of oxygen? Look, even our oxygen tanks are malfunctioning. How is this happening? It's because we haven't got any. It's because we haven't got any metal. Things always fall apart so quickly when you start struggling with certain resources. Just to deliver the metals. That's what we need. We need metals delivered so that we can do repairs. We can conduct repairs immediately. In fact, don't even deliver them there. Deliver them like go straight down here. Just down here and hang out, and hopefully drones will come and collect them off them and fix stuff. Oh, look at this. This is crazy. This is a crazy shortage. Minus 14.3 power, minus 19.3 power, minus 28 oxygen, no, minus 2.8 oxygen. drones. I need drones. I need emergency drones down here to repair our oxygen stuff. I need them here right now. This is like top priority. Top priority. We need your top drones on this, people. We need the top drones. All of these are top priority things that need to be dealt with immediately. Look, we have some drones coming roaring in. There they go. Heroic drones coming in, delivering metals to these broken things to repair them. The Martian dust storm, it knows nothing about the horrors of being human on the red planet. It cares nothing for our tiny lives. But we have to look, at least we've gotten the oxygen storage tanks back, which hopefully means that these people are no longer dying horribly. We've researched the compact passenger module. That's great. Malfunctioning cables. It doesn't matter. Building not working. 8. We have a lot of buildings not working. The Martian dust storm is really causing problems for us. Lots of things malfunctioning. Lots of power problems. Although now we're actually back into surplus. Okay, this is good. We need to get the Vogon constructor fleet just continuously bringing metals back in, because that is going to be the thing that's going to trip us up.
Pipe leak reported.
Pipe leak reported. I might need to bring a cargo ship in with metals just to get the next dome built and get the metal extractors going. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. We've got a power shortage. We've got
Resources are low.
That's okay. We've got stored oxygen. We've got a little bit of stored power. A tiny bit of stored power. We just got to make it through the Martian night, that's all. Just got to make it through the Martian night. Whilst the Vogon constructor fleet does its business, we also want to send out our Heart of Gold, look. Send the Heart of Gold out, and we'll send the Bistromath out as well. Just basically the same area. Do your researches. Vogon constructor fleet. We've only got 12 metals. Have we got any left in storage? Don't think we do, no. Deliver those, and then we'll go and collect some more and deliver some more in the future. Because yeah, these things all need like looking up. Did I actually did I create a power connector to nowhere? I wonder if I can like turn off. So these boxes are now built. Just turn them off. Okay, we've got an oxygen shortage, so I won't turn them off right now. There we go. Look, they're running. We've got a bit more oxygen coming, and we still have an oxygen shortage. We've still got. Look, once again, the Martian dust storm has just broken these Moxies. It's just broken them.
Research complete.
Quick, you go in.
Our explorer just got into a pretty serious accident.
Oh no! Why it never rains when it pours?
It's still in one piece.
The vehicle stumbled upon a crossfall which could have lasted for a couple of hundred of years under the slow erosion of the planet. Disturbed by the mechanical motion of the scanning probes, the surface opened like a wound and swallowed the rover. Luckily only for a dozen of meters. Okay, the sturdy machine got out of the hull, but nevertheless it sustained heavy damage. Millions of years ago, Mars has been shaken to its core by cataclysmic impacts which have sealed the fate of the planet. Since then, Mars, like all giants, is dying, too slow for our mortal eyes to witness. Yet even today, the death throes of the red planet can be felt unmistakably. Wow, okay, it needs to be repaired by drones. That means I need a drone rover to do that. Let's send the Ford Prefect home, I guess. Maybe. Hold on, before I do that...
Anomaly analyzed.
This hasn't been built yet. So, that's that one. Oh no, that's the after the Ford. This is the Ford Prefect? This is the Ford Prefect. Alright, fine, the Ford Prefect can go home. It's not doing anything. It can go home and maybe return with metal. just a big load of earth metals for our poor people. Mars crowdfunding has been completed. Micro-manufacturing, let's just queue that up. Lower metals, I know. Malfunctioning pipes, I know. Building not working, I know. Select a sector to scan. We'll go for that one, and that one, that one, that one, that one. That's it.
Pipe leak reported.
Wow, we really are struggling in this storm. Is the storm finished? The storm has finished. Surely things should be getting better for us now. Surely. We're running low on machine parts. That's not good. Let's get another solar panel up. I really need to get this dome built. It's like the only thing that can save me is to start producing metals and to use those to start producing machine parts. Where's the Vogon constructor fleet? It's there, right. You go and collect more metals. More metals, please. Why hasn't this been built yet? Construction in progress. I guess there's no drones available to do it. Maybe? We get a drone. We get a drone. This drone right here. You now work for this vehicle. You work for the Eye of the Dent. Go and construct the drone hub. Do as I command. Look, our power has been restored, so that's good. Our batteries are back up to full. Let's actually build some more batteries, because they require polymers, and we are producing polymers, so hopefully that means we will be alright for like covering these emergency situations. There we go, 3 more batteries. It's got to make a big difference to our capacity. There we go. Okay, we can breathe. We can breathe. We can take a moment here. Things have improved. Our shortages have all been dealt with. I don't know if anybody died as a result of that. They don't seem terribly unhappy. They're missing interest in gaming. 2 colonists couldn't satisfy their interest for drinking. Yeah, I mean, we've got room for another building here if we need to, but I'd rather put resources into building a dome over here. Let's actually get that queued up right away. We want a dome. We want a dome. We don't need this bit. Let's get rid of this. Can we fit a dome in like there?
Resources are low.
There we go. This is good. This is good. This is going to work. I tell you, this is going to work. This dome is going to solve all of our problems. This dome, some new passengers, I mean, some like metal extracting going on from this high quality resource. We'll stick down like a couple of metal extractors, and we'll be fine. We'll have metals coming in. Where's the Vogon constructor
Sector
fleet?
scanned.
Are you full? The Vogon constructor fleet is full, so let's deposit its resources and send it straight back out again. Sector's been scanned, which is good. We're slow on machine parts, which is bad. We've got a load of money, so let's bring in the Ford Prefect with some metals to get us off. Oh, not that many metals, like 30 metals maybe. We'll get some machine parts, and maybe a little bit of electronics, but we can build electronics if we're smart. Can I get an RC rover? I can. I'm going to get an RC rover to do repairs and generally like these kind of like a mobile drone hubs. Very, very useful. I'll get one of those, 30 metals, 40 machine parts, 10 electronics. Boom! Get yourself in here, Ford Prefect, with all of those things, and we will hopefully then be on our feet and be able to expand and develop and do many, many cool and wonderful things. Look, we've been going for 50, this recording session has been going for 50 minutes, so this could be the end of the first part, this could be the end of the second part, or this might be halfway through some kind of marathon part. Whatever it is, thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I hope you're enjoying the series. If this is goodbye, then I have been Weird Wizard, and I'll see you in the next part. Otherwise, I hope you stay for the remaining time in this epic, or maybe just pause there and go off, have a cup of tea, and come back to see what the ultimate destiny of this Mars colony will be. Will Ricardo Magna and his political founders be able to pull this thing together and make sure that it is able to actually become self-sustaining, self-governing, and ultimately the last best hope for mankind? We'll find out then, or possibly now.